As you probably know, there's a lot of things in the world happening, and a lot of people are struggling. And as you probably know, that I'm qualified and very experienced in mental health care. I have a set of skills that I've had since being a childhood carer for my parents. Those skills I learnt, and other skills, strings to my bow. I'd like to comment about the traumatic events. I want you not to suffer in silence, because I want you to understand that the world is using you against you, and you don't have to acknowledge that. But what you can acknowledge is this. If you feel that I am correct, have you heard this thing about how people are finding a detachment, especially in youth that have been around traumatic war? There is a syndrome, and it's not post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not PTSD. PTSD is around loads of different traumatic events. Could be a plane crash, it could be a car crash, it could be a horrible incident that's happened from an opposition of a person that's infringing on your safety. It could be a stalker, it could be anything like that. That's PTSD. The military had a thing called shell shock, and that shell shock is a war trauma. This is different. To treat people with PTSD and tell them that they can have a better life existence with therapy is incorrect. Your traumatic event is so enhanced that the shell shock will anticipate a new event and a new fear, and these horrible world politicians trying to make gain on land and what they call a holy war. What the hell is a holy war? You must be an absolute arsehole if you think there's a holy war going on, because there isn't. And you would be wrong to be fighting with God's banner, wouldn't you? So it's shell shock and a war syndrome is what I want you to realise it is. So really, I'm tired of you people making money out of other people's suffering. And I'm not really happy about a lot of other places jumping on the bandwagon and even being trained in any of these specialities of psychology and healthcare. It's a poor movement. So anyway, it's shell shock. A war trauma. Shell shock. Been traumatized by its war and its events. Now, if you've been captured, tortured, then that could be PTSD. But most of you have got shell shock and a war syndrome. And an infant doesn't know anything different. So what is that? You say to a child, oh, that's post-traumatic stress disorder you've got now. That's really going to help a child, isn't it? It's the horrible war and the banging noises and the fear of death, the fear of war. Can you politicians pull your head out of the sand and realise what you're doing? because you're really killing children with your pathetic excuses for economy, for money. We can't survive without money and economy. But you could stop moving all the taxes, the inflation. You're just a pathetic bunch of useless politicians that haven't got a clue how to save money, spend money. Entitlement really doesn't have anything to do with it. Humanity has a lot more.